Who will survive? Wrestlemoviea. Yeah, this is our life. Open up, open up. Wrestlemoviea. Fighting to survive like that, just like that.
Welcome to Wrestlemoviea, the show about the swolest theater kids of them all, pro wrestlers, and the movies that they make. I am one of your co-hosts, Logan Trent, and joining me as always is my other co-host, and his name is...
John Reimann.
So this is actually going to be an interesting episode because we have a watchable movie for once.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we will be diving into 2004's Walking Tall with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, and watchable compared to the other two piles of horse shit
Yes,
that we
it's still
watched
bad.
earlier.
Not as bad as before.
I mean,
so,
it does have some better acting in it, and
there are levels to this.
and a cohesive story that has a beginning, middle, and end that I was clearly able to follow.
And a director who actually knows how to, like, put a camera in a place and have actors act in front of it and then move the camera to other places.
Yes.
Just basic competent filmmaking here.
Yeah,
That's the high
yeah.
bar that we've hit so far.
There was
with this film.
there was a script, a clear vision, and a beginning and end, as I said. But yes, this. I mean, we didn't have to. It didn't have to do much.
No. So, have you seen this before?
I did. I haven't seen it in a while. I think I saw it when it first came out. This was, gosh, I don't remember. I can't remember if I saw the Joe Don Baker original or not as well. But yeah, this is like a Joe Don Baker remake. And
Yeah.
The Rock and Joe Don Baker, they couldn't be two
Very different gentlemen.
very extremely different gentlemen. Extremely different.
This was weird because I don't remember this being that short, but it's only an hour 27. Like, they zoom through this. There's not really much to tell, too.
Man,
So,
let me tell you, I put this on yesterday, and this is a perfect morning movie, like getting your day started. I had breakfast, and it was almost before I finished my coffee, the credits were rolling, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice." And it felt like it wasn't that long as well. Whereas the other two movies we watched were very short and felt like they were like
An
Return to the
eternity.
King length. Yeah.
no, this is a great movie to experience in the morning before your brain is fully awake. Like, that's the way you want to be consuming this.
For sure. And it was a breath of fresh air. I actually was like, this movie's actually pretty entertaining. We got some John's Knoxville in there. We had some Kevin Durand in there. A splash of Neil McDonough. So yeah, we had other people we could watch.
Yeah, speaking of which, that brings us to our first segment, Where on the Card Are You? Which is a discussion of where the wrestler is in this particular point in his career. So this is actually an interesting point for The Rock. He is in the end of days of him being a full-time wrestler. Right before he filmed this movie, he had his match with Steve Austin at WrestleMania 19. And a month later, he would job out to Goldberg and then just kind of have a couple of spot appearances here and there before just riding off into the Hollywood sunset. So this is like I don't want to say peak of Rock, because I think his peak as a wrestler was like a little bit earlier in terms of popularity. But this is just like the start of him becoming a Hollywood commodity.
Him turning on Vince, I think, was the peak. When he went from the corporation to full face, I think that was the peak for The Rock. And man, he's not really The Rock in this, is he? Like, I was getting like shades of the Marine in this, where they were just like, no, just play a completely bland hero. You know, you hate drugs, you hate pornography, you know, all this kind of other stuff, and you know, just play it straight good. And you're only going to use a 2x4. unless there's a
It's
gunfight.
weird because this came out after the Rundown, and he seems so much more comfortable in the Rundown, and like way more of a star in the Rundown.
Yeah, and we're probably eventually going to do the Rundown, but the Rundown is legitimately a fun movie. Like it is really fun. No. And I'm surprised.
I mean, there's a difference in filmmaking levels. I mean, that's Peter Berg, who, while not great, is much better than.
He had that good 30 for 30 on Wayne Gretzky.
True.
He directed that one. That one was pretty cool.
The problem with The Rock, though, is that this is just like in the midst of him and box office bombs. Because as much as fun as the Rundown was, it was not successful in the box office. This would also bomb in the box office, and it would be followed up by another series of bombs, including Be Cool, Doom, and Southland Tales. Which is why he would pivot to family fare for quite a while before coming back with Fast Five.
Yeah, and I don't think... Wait, what was it? Was it... No, the pacifier was Vin Diesel.
That was Vin Diesel.
Tooth Fairy. That was The Rock, right? The Tooth Fairy?
Yeah, Tooth Fairy, the Game Plan, and I think that one of those Escape to Witch Mountain remakes and stuff like that. He was firmly in the Disney...
Journey 2.
Yeah, he was actually getting box office success there, so he kind of just... stood there for a while. Then he tried to come back with Faster, which also bombed. And it really, like, people forget, like, Fast 5 is the reason why Rock became big. Like, he was just kind of persona non grata for Hollywood. Like, it was just bomb after bomb after bomb.
Had Jumanji happen yet? Had he made Jumanji?
No, Jumanji's after that. Like, Fast 5 is, like, the definitive point of like, oh, people will watch Rock do this type of movie, and then he started doing that type of movie, and he started making a lot more money out of it.
And then he did Red 1 to everybody's delight.
Red 1, surprisingly not the worst movie of his with Red in it.
Really, it looked really bad.
And God damn, is that a terrible film.
I watched half of Red Notice with my mom and aunt, and this was, several years ago. My mom's since passed, but it was like, I know people were hating on it, but I was just like, I mean, this is fine. I mean, like, it's not something I'd, green light for like $200 million, but it's just like, okay, it's fine. It's The Rock and...
Yeah, you watched half of Red Notice. Yeah. If you watched all of Red Notice, you would start to get to the parts where you get why people don't like it.
Yeah, probably.
That back half of that movie, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, I did fall asleep. That's the reason why I only saw half of it. So, I did fall asleep.
Sterling recommendation there.
I know. Go see Red Notice, everybody.
Great nap movie.
It's probably still on Netflix. I mean, Cowboy Bebop bombed, and they still have that up there, so it's probably still up.
Honestly, that's kind of it in terms of... there's not really a lot of depth for Rock there. It's just... He already has the Hollywood bug, and he's kind of just figuring out what he can do, and, like... Hollywood doesn't seem to really know what to do with him. Like, they try to make him his next Schwarzenegger, and it kind of fails right off the bat with Rundown, and then they try to give him just some more serious stuff. Like, this is not as funny as Rundown. It's just more straightforward action. So that bombs too.
Yeah.
And just, he's kind of in this place where he's trying different things, and just none of them are working out. Because Be Cool, he is a straight up comedy, and then Southland Tales is whatever the fuck Southland Tales was trying to be. Just an experimental gibberish film. But just, nothing's sticking to the wall for The Rock.
Wasn't that the guy that did Donnie Darko? Didn't he do Southland Tales? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy's a weirdo.
So that brings us to our second segment. Don't work yourself into a shoot, brother. So there's kind of some interesting behind the scenes stuff. This was actually Neil McDonough's first villain role.
Which is
hilarious
to
considering how good he is at bad guys.
I refuse to believe that. He always looks like a bad guy.
Before that, people knew him as either the dude from Angels in the Outfield or Buck in why am I blanking on the HBO show?
Oh God.
I keep wanting to say Flags of Our Fathers.
Oh no, it's Band of Brothers. Is that
Band
it?
of Brothers.
Yeah, Band
Jesus
of Brothers.
Christ. Yeah.
And he's also wearing a
Yeah.
killer bowler hat in fucking Captain America. Go back and watch Captain America. He looks so goddamn ridiculous.
It's also one of his favorite villain parts, according
Really?
to him. So, funny scene was at the end, there's this huge fight between him and The Rock, and it ends with The Rock, like, basically standing, misering his legs with a 2x4.
Oh, God, yeah.
And apparently The Rock couldn't show the right amount of anger in his face while filming this. So Neil asked for a break, put some ketchup packets in his mouth to look like blood, and then spat in The Rock's face during the next take. So when you see The Rock looking pissed, he is legitimately angry and takes it out on Neil's legs. And apparently, like, because it's a rubber prop, it's not real. But he said, I went down to the ground, and then I just started laughing because I was so happy that I was able to help an actor reach that level that he needed to get to. So good on him, I guess.
That was a good reaction. I know exactly the shot that you're talking about, and I was like, "Ugh, that looks gross." And but it was very effective. It was just like, yeah, that's a good take. That's a good shot there. It's very effective. Good on you, Neil.
It's also funny that that's what got The Rock pissed, because one of the things I hate about 90s wrestling, that was like a prime era of wrestlers just spitting on each other. And I always thought that was disgusting.
Oh,
as hell.
God. Yeah. You're talking about like fucking Triple H just taking that mouthful of water and just spitting it all over I'd have been pissed as an audience member.
Yeah, and then like every Nitro has like DDP spitting on somebody and them spitting back. It's just gross. They were all a bunch of gross dudes.
Oh, I know. And it's a wrestler, so they're on the road a lot. Oh, that's like having a stand-up comedian like spit in your face. It's just like, oh, I can taste all the road right now.
I could yeah. Also, so as you mentioned earlier, this is a remake of the 70s film Walking Tall about real-life Sheriff Buford Pusser. So that movie depicts a scene where Pusser and his wife are ambushed by criminals and shot, and the wife dies.
Oh, wow.
Last year, they kind of said, we never closed this case, and we're going to reinvestigate this stuff because it's still open. And then about, let's see, when was this? In August of this year, the DA of one of the DAs of Tennessee came out and said, oh yeah, no, if he was still alive, we would absolutely arrest Buford Pusser because he straight up murdered his wife. Everything in that crime scene was fake, including his own self-inflicted gunshot wounds.
Oh, wow. And they dedicated this movie to him. That was going to be a question that I had, but I'll save that for a minute. So just continue on this fascinating turn of events.
Buford Pusser was a giant piece of shit, and if you want more of that, you can listen to the Behind the Bastards episode about Buford Pusser by friend of the network and my former co-workers, Robert Evans and Daniel O'Brien. I think it came out like maybe a month ago or so.
I'm going to need to check that out. Is that why you picked this movie? Because they just did it?
No, I actually had no idea that they were going to be doing that, and I was like, oh, wow, lucky.
Serendipitous. No, I think and the same thing goes for like the guy that they based Lean on Me and that movie Lean on Me and the guy that the coach of the football team in Remember the Titans that Denzel Washington played. It seems like if you get a movie made about you, you're probably like, and it's like this amazing story, they're usually piles of shit. Because those guys, like the guy from Remember the Titans, turned out like he was like not essaying his players or anything, but was physically and verbally abusive towards them. And I think the same goes for like the principal from Lean on Me, because he locked the school with chains. That is something a psychopath does. And they're just like, oh, look at this amazing, uplifting story. And you find out like these guys are pieces of shit. And so when I saw that dedication at the end of the movie, is like dedicated to the memory of Buford Pusser, I had two questions. The first one was, or the first thought I had was, this guy is probably a piece of shit. Just based on like, he would just take a 4x4 to criminals and property. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like he'd have been probably at the January 6th riots or insurrection.
Yeah.
And the other question...
I feel like you could pretty much assume that small town sheriff is probably a garbage person. Like, that's not really a hard thing to wrap your head around.
Yeah, he probably has like a less funded Joe Arpaio vibe to him. And Joe Don Baker played him, so that tells you all you need to know.
It's funny because the worst version of like real life piece of shit has to be like, I mean, there's people who've done worse, but I think the worst example of whitewashing is probably The Blind Side, which is just a horrible thing.
Yeah, and
like,
that whole shit that just...
poor kid. Oh my god. Well, he's a grown-ass man now, so...
Yeah, he's a grown-ass man who's made his own mistakes, but yeah, it's just like... people getting mad at Sandra Bullock after all that shit came out. That was really funny, and it was just like, why are you mad at Sandra Bullock? She just played the lady in a movie. But, yeah, it's... you get some real life pieces of shit that get movies made out of them, and I'm not surprised to find out that this is one. I am surprised to find out that he did murder his wife, probably, but allegedly.
Oh, yeah, no,
allegedly. We have to say allegedly.
Well, I mean, he's dead, so who's going to sue us? But
His
family. Yeah, apparently they said that like the entire crime scene was not consistent with what he said. She clearly had a broken nose before they got into the car, and that the gunshot wound in his face, like he said he got shot by somebody that was clearly self-inflicted. So, yeah, he put a lot of work into this bullshit.
We're not laughing at like the brutal murder of his wife. What we're laughing at is like the just incompetence of like covering up the crime. It reminds like in The Cable Guy when like Ben Stiller is playing like those two stand-ins for like the Menendez brothers, and they just do the 911 call. He's like, they were Asian. What do they look like, sir? I don't know, but they were Asian. It's just shades of that with some of these fuckers. Oh god,
I'm just amazed at the audacity of like kind of getting away with it, and then like, hey, maybe if we make multiple movies about this, I could get away with that too. Like, that's
was
just,
he a producer?
Okay,
was he a producer?
I think so.
Oh man,
should have been not in this one, but in the first one, I think he definitely had a hand in there because I think he was still alive then. So yeah.
But seeing the last thing I'll say about Buford Pusser is they do dedicate this movie to him, and that I find that, especially on movies like this, incredibly funny. Like, the lasting memory, or the dedication to your memory, is a piece of garbage movie. I think they even did one for... Did they do one for the Borderlands movie? I can't remember. But it's so... Like, oh my god, would you want that as your legacy? Like, would you want someone to dedicate a movie to you after you die?
It's like somebody like in loving memory, and it's like Porky's 3.
Yeah, it's a WWE production in loving memory of Logan Trent. It's
the Condemned Part 5,
starring Muhammad Hassan.
So critics hated this movie. It had a robust 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, and there's one critic who I think gave it the best summary. His name's Eric Mellon. It's, quote unquote, not quite violent, drunken, or naked enough to be as trashily entertaining as the Patrick Swayze cult favorite Roadhouse. Perfect summary of this film.
Oh yeah, no, you're never gonna match Roadhouse.
I would just much rather watch. I would much rather watch Roadhouse or the remake of Roadhouse.
Honestly, I was just about to say, honestly, either one, because the new one fucks, and yeah, it's got Conor McGregor in it, who's a real life piece of shit, but he's also really fucking entertaining in that movie. But yeah,
that was a movie that I was like, "There's no way this could be good," and then I watched it. I'm like, "This is this is entertaining."
You know,
it's just
But it's not a movie about that. I mean, it's not a podcast about Roadhouse, even though we could do that. Logan and John talk Roadhouse.
We could do an entire 8 episodes on Roadhouse and still have things to talk
an
about.
8-episode introspective or retrospective on Roadhouse. On either one, honestly.
Yeah, but I think that's about it for this segment, which brings us to our next part.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got the cream of the crop.
This is the part where we're going to talk about just scenes that kind of tickled us while watching this film. And there's a couple of weird ass moments in this movie.
Yeah, and you can't say weird ass without mentioning Kevin Durant, who plays a weird ass in every movie I've ever seen him in.
There's a lot of Durant to talk
There's
about.
so
but
much
my favorite
Durant.
thing is this movie opening with The Rock having his most challenging battle yet. Him versus his hairline.
Oh, I didn't notice it.
Oh, man. Oh, buddy. He's got like 7 head in here. This is right before he... Like, when he comes back, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm just shaving this. It's like the... It's like those last photos of MJ that you see before he shaves it, and it's like he knew it had to go.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, no.
It's kind of like
So-
the LeBron, where he's like, LeBron is just kind of really clutching at his hairline and trying to maintain
That
almost the Stephen
headband
A.
kept
Smith.
going up and up and up until he
Yeah.
got the hair transplant surgery, and suddenly he's like, oh, I just don't play with the headband anymore. Magic. It's like,
I
yeah,
loved
no,
it inside the NBA when they kept showing the headband moving back.
My favorite thing is if you go to Chicago and when you're like driving on the expressway, you are going to be struck with multiple billboards of Brian Urlacher's hair transplant thing. It's funny every fucking time.
I flew into Chicago connecting to a flight, I think out to Los Angeles, to visit when Tom was still out there, and I saw a billboard. It was a jump scare seeing Brian Urlacher with hair. I was like, what the fuck is this? No, sir.
And it's not
no.
just one. It's like you'll see one, and then 3 miles later, you'll see another one. It's just all over the place. It's fantastic.
And oh gosh, he used to be one of the scariest guys in the NFL, and now he's just those. God damn it! Look it up online, folks. It is jarring.
So, Rock plays Chris, who is coming back from 2 tours.
Not Buford Pusser.
Yep, no.
What the hell, guys?
Chris Vaughn. That's our hero.
Chris Vaughn.
Yeah, he's coming back from 2 tours. Comes back to his small town, which has been overrun by vice.
Mm-hmm.
They closed down the mill. Now there's a casino there.
There's a
just
porno
bunch
shop. And I put in my notes, what's wrong with having a porno shop? There's no shame in that. And why is he shaming his girlfriend for dancing? There's no shame in that. There's shame.
I don't feel that there's a lot of shame. I'm just wondering how big the clientele is to run a sex shop that large in a small milling town.
I mean, like you saw it. It's a small milling town. There's not much to do around there, man. Maybe,
no.
maybe willing partners are thin on the ground up there. I don't know. What I'm saying is, you guys, you do you, whatever this town's name is. Which, by the way, he is sheriff in this movie of Kitsap County, Washington, where I was born. I was born in Kitsap County, Washington. Yeah, I was born in Bremerton. It's a Navy base right across the sound from Seattle. And it is Kitsap County, and he is the sheriff of the county I was born in, which I was like, oh, that's cool.
Were there a lot of porno shops around there as a kid?
I mean, like, I was maybe like 3 or 6 months old when we left, so I don't know. But I was born there, so I was like, oh, that's
Maybe
neat.
that's why you left.
That probably is. Probably Neil McDonough's rampant porn and drug empire.
There's a couple of really weird quirks in this film that I love. This is a personal thing. This is one of the only movies where I saw people eating Chinese takeout correctly, which was hilarious. Like, they have a scene when Chris comes back and they're all eating takeout, and instead of like the typical movie trope where they're just eating it straight out of the box and not like mixing any of the food, like, they actually put it down and then they use the rice and they eat it like a normal person.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I was just like, what?
It's family
It's the first
style.
time I've ever seen that in a film.
Well, I think when you see it in movies like Ghostbusters where they're doing it, they're just trying to get across. These guys are real slop hogs. These guys are real gross.
Yeah.
And this is a civilized family. It birthed The Rock. And what was that actress's name? His sister.
I don't recall the sister. All I know is that her son, his nephew, is the kid from Holes. So this guy
That's
did
right.
Holes and then went to this. So he was just in his prime right here.
I was about to say, I had to stop when you said holes for a second. I was like, that's not Dule Hill. That's not Gus from Psych.
No. Gus was a grown adult in that.
Yeah, he was. I forgot.
Yeah. So after the Chinese takeout, they go. He sees his friend Johnny Knoxville, who just rolls up to him and takes him out to play pickup football. First off, 30-year-old men are not playing pickup football with the amount of aggression that they're having there. Your knees are shot at that age, and his knees are busted too. Also, there's a crowd watching them, like in the bleachers. Like, this town is so boring. There's an entire crowd watching them and doing drugs and drinking while watching them. So it's just an insane lineup right there.
To be fair, they are at a high school field, so those kids were probably already there getting stoned, and then they just happen to roll up and start playing a game. Secondly...
No.
Okay.
Because you see them start to line up, and then his nephew rolls up on his little motorbike, and then more people start coming in, and they're high-fiving, and they're watching them play. It's like, oh shit, it's going down. The old man football league.
But you also have two giants like Kevin Durant and The Rock out there, so it's like, man, we might be seeing some hits in this, and they do start hitting each other. But, like you say, like... backing up to, like, no one's going to be playing football at this age, I would argue that Neil McDonough and Kevin Durant, they would be. And Neil McDonough's just sicking Kevin Durant on everybody and staying back like a supervillain.
My favorite thing is that this is the only pickup football game on any level that I've seen people actually designing run plays, which is just straight up insane. No one does that. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, and you have The Rock, and they design a run play for Johnny Knoxville instead of The Rock. Yeah, who's going to go to the hole? Johnny Knoxville. That's who we wanted there. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the second The Rock's knee gets hit, he's down for the count. I mean, Johnny Knoxville, you saw the Blind Side segment of Jackass. That man can take a hit and keep on going. So, like, that really didn't bug me that much. And I think he does.
When you mentioned Duran taking out The Rock, right after he knocks him down, he does this little hair flip because Duran has very long hair, and it's clear that that's mocking The Rock's hairline. I'm like, okay, I'm here for that. That's a good bully asshole moment right there.
Kevin Durant looks like he looks like a scumbag that was designed in a lab to be in shit kicker Washington selling meth. He just looks like, and I'm not saying that about the act. I'm saying his hair and costuming choice. He
his
fits
truck
perfectly in this. Oh God, yeah, his truck.
Yeah,
he's just perfect. Solid Durant in this movie.
Yeah. So after this insane football battle that they have, Neil McDonough invites them to his casino of doom and just, yeah, man, come have a great night there. And also,
it is the shittiest casino. It is the shittiest casino. Like,
when they go to play football, Johnny Knoxville brings out all of these old friends of The Rock who are like, hey, buddy, we missed you so much, Chris. Yeah, you're back in town. We will never see these characters again after the casino scene, which is insanely funny to me.
He brings guys that are straight out of a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial to come play football and then go gambling with them. And Neil McDonough brings to play football every henchman that was in the first Lethal Weapon movie. So you see these two guys juxtaposed. You look at Neil McDonough's crew, and you're like, okay, I can see how these guys hang together. You look at The Rock's thing, and it's just like wait, what? How the fuck do you like? I can see Knoxville maybe, but where did these guys come from? Like, how are you guys friends? Yeah.
Like,
well, maybe it was like
they have no chemistry whatsoever with each other.
Maybe Chris Vaughn was like his character in Central Intelligence, where he's a nerd throughout high school, and those were his friends, and he just like bloomed late and became a badass. That's what I like to think.
Yeah, he's just like a twig until like he was 21 years old.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's just
He
real
was the
fat
one that
and
they
has
bullied around.
acne.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So they go to this casino and
It's a shitty casino. It looks like a fireworks warehouse that you'll see on the side of the road on the interstate. Like big fireworks sign. It's just this big red building with aluminum siding on it. It's just this square block of building.
it looks like a casino that can burn down at any second.
Oh, it looks like you're going to get hepatitis just walking through the door. It's just, it just looks so much sadness occurs in that building.
Yeah. So they step in and they just notice that there's just all types of bullshit going around. They have one of those like hammer games like you get at a carnival, but instead of like
Test your
dinging a
strength,
bell,
yeah.
it's two women that go up and then get soaked with water from showers on there. They have back rooms for erotic dances to firefighter themed costumes, which is just pretty funny.
One part I really did like about it is they go upstairs. They're taken upstairs, and Neil McDonough comes out of his VIP room, and they're like, "Oh, hey, yeah, guys, enjoy yourself." Just and they move to go into the VIP room, and he's like, "Oh, no, I didn't mean it here. You guys go downstairs." So I just thought that was really
I'm
funny.
going to be doing cocaine on this pool table with these two women in the background. You guys are trash.
I'm going to be doing cocaine off these two women.
So they're pretty busy going around and stuff until Chief Tyrell from Battlestar Galactica who's the craps dealer, decides to cheat and screw the Rock's friend over with loaded dice, which is absolutely hilarious to me because why? Of all of the game... Craps are already in the casino's favor. You do not need to rig craps. Like, the only game that would be dumber to rig if you own a casino would be roulette. It's just, makes no sense. You're going to be winning this money anyway. Why would you do this? It's such a dumb move.
Yeah, I think that where have I seen like a rigged roulette? I've seen like one in a movie one time. I think it was one of the James Bond movies where they like.
Yeah, you see it in movies, not real life, because no real life casino would do it. It's the dumbest plan. And then it becomes even dumber when you find out that the casino really doesn't matter. This guy is a drug kingpin. So why would you be bringing any attention away to your casino crap when you could just be dealing drugs without anything? You're going to get money from the casino. It's just a front to deal drugs. Why are you doing shady shit on the side like that? It's so dumb.
I think you're forgetting, Logan, that the bad guy in this movie is Neil McDonough.
Oh, yeah, so he just has
plays
permeate through his soul.
He always plays a dickhead, watching over everything with his steely blue gaze.
So Rock calls bullshit on this casino, and he grabs the dice, and then all of the pit bosses come at him, just trying to beat the Rock up, which leads to one of my favorite side scenes. I don't know if you noticed this. There's a part where the Rock decks one of the pit bosses, and he just flies into this random woman who's at a table minding her own business, and she eats total shit. She's just like, huh? It just falls down face first on the floor. It's such a brutal hit to a person who had nothing to do with this story has nothing to do after that scene.
Jeez. Oh, man. The casino, the whole casino thing is baffling because you think, but then again, it's Neil McDonough. We don't know what his motives. You can never know.
Cocaine is his motive. He is high as shit right now.
You can never trust that you know what Neil McDonough is going to do at any given point in time. 1 minute he's making Angel Studios movies, and next minute he's selling meth to kids, to the Rock's nephew, out of his casino. You think he would have told the craps guy, hey, these guys are my friend, or the message would have gotten down to him. Maybe not scam my friends. Maybe not scam the group that has a giant special forces guy with them. Maybe not scam those guys. Get the word out. I'm saying
maybe that's the only way he can come, though.
It's poor management.
He needs to. It's like, oh, I have to destroy people close to me. It's the only way I feel anything.
Oh yeah. That would be funny at the end, like when he's destroying the casino and tosses the 4x4 through the window. Neil McDonough's just sitting up there cranking it. That's how he gets his jollies, man.
After that poor woman gets her life changed by landing headfirst into a floor and probably developing CTE, they knock out The Rock and they take him into the back room, and he just regains consciousness. And my note there is that is not the first time a man has regained consciousness in a sleazy back room with Kevin Durant hovering over him carrying a box cutter.
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
He wakes up to some Kevin Durant-ness.
Kevin Durant has no chill here. He sees his special forces medallion is like, that's mine now, snatch. And The Rock justifiably is angry, and then he pulls out a box cutter and just starts going to town on him. It is insane. Even the other henchmen are like, what the fuck are you doing?
It is the weirdest thing in this PG-13 bland vanilla action movie. That he just goes straight, and they show it later on in the courtroom, and it's just like he's got he's been carved into, and it's like, what the guys? Kevin Durant, we love him here. That he went a little too far that time, but what I like to think, and let me see if you thought this too, is because Kevin Durant is actually a good actor. And I wonder if in his mind he's playing it as though he washed out of the army. And he's kind of hating on The Rock for that. Because he does take the medallion. And he seems to hate The Rock. And his hero status. I can see that. I mean, he seems like an actor that would take that amount of care for this role, for a role that he does.
Also, he's dealing crystal meth, so he's probably on crystal meth in that moment. So it's he's probably also stoned out of his mind and just violently.
That is
but
true.
It's great that the other hench dudes are like, wow, this dude's fucked up. And then they still do it anyway because they're scared that Kevin Durant will take the box cutter to them. It's just, yeah.
Which is, they kind of blue ball you, because I wanted a final fight with him and Kevin Durant because, and I know I've told you this off mic, but Kevin Durant is really the only guy I've seen in one of these movies so far that I could be like, oh yeah, he could probably hang with the Rock or a pro wrestler. He could probably hang.
That is super disappointing.
Yeah.
We'll get to that part, but that bummed me the fuck out.
It did.
That we did not have that. So they throw The Rock on the side of the road, leave him for dead, and then he gets picked up and taken to the hospital. And then this was the quickest I've ever seen a gets healed montage.
Mm-hmm.
They start playing
to a weird soundtrack.
They play Walk Around in Circles, and the montage is so quick that it cuts before they even get to the chorus where they say, walk around in circles. It's literally 3 scenes, Rock going, ugh, and then him, going, and then him sitting next to Johnny Knoxville watching TV, and then him doing sit-ups. It's 30 seconds, and he's back to normal.
Johnny Knoxville, just an aside real quick, pretty entertaining in this movie. I like when I see him in a movie. I just watched one with Tom recently. It was The Last Stand with Arnold, and I was like, oh yeah, I like Knoxville. I like him.
Yeah, there's a reason Jackass was highly successful, and it wasn't just because they did dumb stunts. It's because Johnny Knoxville is an entertainer.
Yeah,
him in that scene where he's fighting Butterbean and Butterbean knocks him the fuck out, and then him waking up and saying, is Butterbean okay, is one of the best comedic timing things ever. He's clearly concussed, but he manages to be like, no, this will be a funny line to say. It's just, yeah.
Oh, man. No, yeah. And he's good in this, and we pass something where he's just as an aside, tells him this hideous story about his crippling addiction, and they're just chilling out on the porch. It's when you first see him roll up, and he's just like, yeah. Man, I ended up being really hooked on on drugs and everything, and alcohol, and The Rock just takes a beat and says yeah, that sucks, and they just keep moving, and it's never addressed again. It's just what the fuck?
Completely not plus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we got to get... Johnny, I get it, but we have to get going on this movie now. So, stow that bullshit. I got to go be sheriff.
Kid from Holes gets some crystal meth and, has to get taken to a hospital.
It's like, show us some of him being on crystal meth. It's a kid from Holes. That's how all those holes got out there.
The Rock is like, no, the police can't handle this. And he just runs to the casino. Oh, wait, before that, he actually goes to the police and is like, oh, yeah, I'm going to press charges. And they're like, fuck you, you're going to press charges? Absolutely not. This casino runs the town.
That was the most realistic thing in the movie. A person of color comes in and says, hey, I was assaulted. I'd like to press charges. And then the police or the sheriff's department say, you're lucky we didn't press charges on you.
And that's what happens when you elect Buck, who likes to fuck, from Kill Bill as your town sheriff. So
That was Buck. He does like to fuck. Good for him. I'm glad to see that he gets, past just his fucking roles.
So Rock grabs a shotgun, throws it into his truck, and he goes to the casino to wreck it. And then he changes his mind because his dad's like, you can't use guns, Chris. So he grabs the 2x4 and just starts fucking shit up.
Yeah, a rule that he follows.
Like 3 arms with that thing.
I like how his dad says, you can't use a gun, Chris. And he's like, all right, I'm going to opt for the board, which is, that was the thing that the original Buford Pusser used. And he uses that board for 2 scenes and then guns the rest of the time. So it's just like they abandoned that very quickly.
My favorite part when he's wrecking the casino is that one of the hench goons is on that second floor and then looks down and leaps off of it there onto Chris. I was like, the only thing I wanted him to do is pause before he jumped and do the Hardy Boys handguns thing like Jeff Hardy and then leap off of there. That was the only thing that was missing from that.
I wrote that in my notes. I was like, I love the guy that just kablas at him from the balcony. What was your plan, bro? Like, what was your plan here? I would have loved to see that plan come to fruition, but it doesn't, sadly for him. He's not Jeff Hardy. He's not Eddie Guerrero or Rey Mysterio.
He's not even New Jack. He just eats shit.
Oh man, he's Grimes.
So Rock trashes this place and then drives off and is rightfully arrested. He gets like the opposite of the Con Air lawyer, where like the Con Air lawyer's like, you were in the military, I can't get you any easy stuff. You're going to spend 18 years in prison or whatever for protecting your wife. This guy's like 3 months house arrest and then community service. That is an excellent P deal for what you just did, sir. Like, they didn't even factor in that you had a loaded shotgun when the police arrested you. Like, yeah.
It goes back to the Marine and Vince McMahon's understanding of the military. And he's like, look, because your distinguished service can't be ignored. That puts you so high above everybody else. I was like, dude, he just, like, destroyed property and assaulted a bunch of people with a very deadly weapon. And then he just goes and I love his lawyer because his lawyer cartoonishly keeps looking at Neil McDonough throughout the trial. He just keeps looking over his shoulder, clearly looking at Neil McDonough for cues. They are in court. There's like 50 people in the room and The Rock is watching him. His lawyer's great is what I'm trying to say. I loved every second of it.
My favorite thing is the prosecution lawyer, who, I don't know why he did this, thought it was a great idea for the lead witness to be Kevin Durant, and he puts him on the stand. It's like, if I was in that jury, just the minute that he opened his mouth, it's like, oh, I don't care what he did.
That's
he
Kevin
fucking
Durant.
probably deserved
Yeah.
that. Not guilty.
Yeah.
Not guilty at all. What the fuck?
It's like, oh my God, no, that's Kevin Durant. He is a lethal weapon. No. Again, no.
No, obviously he's not guilty. We hold this man. There's no reasonable court that would convict him for beating Kevin Durant.
It wouldn't even go to trial. It wouldn't even go to trial. Where it's like, oh, it's Kevin Durant. Clearly, this was self-defense. But also, what I liked about this,
but since this is a movie, Rock has to give the speech of like, okay, yeah, elect me as your sheriff, and I'll be good. And then he rips his shirt open, and I actually did like this piece of filmmaking. You don't see the scars until then, and when you see them, they're gnarly.
To the director's credit, it was effective. But not to his credit. The Rock immediately fires his lawyer, says he's representing himself, wins the case in less than 5 minutes, but starts addressing the jury directly. It is not closing remarks or anything like that. He declares he's going about this like a Trump cabinet member, like what they think courts are. And he just like tears his shirt open, shows everybody his scars, says he's running for sheriff, doesn't deny any of the stuff that he did, and they immediately let him go.
This is exactly how a pro wrestler would think that courtrooms work.
It's definitely how Vince McMahon thinks courtrooms work. No, I was in the army. They cut up my chest. I'm running for sheriff. Not
they
guilty.
should have had Kevin Durant in the neck brace like Vince had during the steroid case.
Fuck, why didn't they do that? That's such a missed opportunity. I'm even picturing it in my head. He would play the shit out of that. I know the guys. I know this is turning into a Kevin Durant appreciation podcast.
I mean, it should be. He's the best part of this
Is there
movie.
one out there? Check and see if there's one. Maybe we should start one.
So Rock becomes town sheriff, immediately fires every cop who's in there.
Sheriff.
So he's just left by himself, which is, there's like actual other crimes besides your vendetta that are probably happening. You probably need some cops around there for something.
Yeah, he even fired the receptionists in there. It's like, man, Rocky, what did they do? They got
Who's going
bills?
to teach you how to log on to the system, my dude? Yeah.
And 2 or 3.
Oh, but don't worry about it, because he hires Johnny Knoxville.
Oh man, yeah. Hire a guy who's a convicted felon with a drug. He's no longer messing with it. But I was gonna say he has no training, but that's how things basically go today too. Look, Logan, are we in a Vince McMahon WWE movie right now?
Yeah.
It feels like we are.
Oh my God. I mean, it would make sense. But we don't have any faces to take on the heel Trump.
Yeah, I mean, Mom Donnie, I guess. Maybe.
Actually, no, Vince would never push a brown guy.
Oh, that's true. No, he would. No, he would push a Mom Donnie, but they would be like Italian or Hispanic.
So Rock hires Johnny Knoxville, and that leads to my favorite piece of police work that they do. They start talking about how the drug trade works, and they're like, okay, first you go to the junkies, which will lead you up to the dealers, and then they'll lead you to the main guys. And then they show them walking into the office, and it's just Kevin Durant. Like, what? You already knew that.
Dude,
what?
If you have
you knew this 3 months ago that this was what the problem was. Why did you need to do any of that? Just go there to begin with.
He's probably.
It's like a minute-long montage of them abusing junkies to get information that they already had. It's accurate to police work, but it's just hilarious.
I just like the thought that every rung on his meth dealing ladder, it's just Kevin Durant is he's the dealer. He's probably cooking it because at the end there's nobody in that drug lab. Why?
No.
Because he had already arrested Kevin Durant, and
Yeah.
Buck, who likes to fuck, shot him. So that's his whole meth empire. It's just Kevin Durant wearing various hats.
Yeah, it's like one of those Lucy episodes where they go to like the small town and it's like I'm the mayor, I'm the county clerk, I'm that. It's the drug version, but it's all Kevin Durant.
I'm just picturing that famous Lucy on the chocolate conveyor, and it's just Kevin Durant,
him grabbing meth.
Yeah, wearing the same outfit, just grabbing meth and throwing it in his mouth. Oh man, make that movie.
Yeah, their intrepid detective work leads them to the guy that we already knew was dealing drugs, and then they search him, and surprise, he has drugs on him. Great sleuthing there.
I know.
Yeah.
It's what's the wisdom that Johnny Knoxville's going to bring to us on how to bust up this meth ring? Well, I don't know. Well, you find who's buying it, and then you ask them where they got it. Man, I would never have thought of that, Johnny. Thank you so much.
If I had just been some random person who had been thrown into this town and they're like, hey, you need to find the drug dealer and the guy who's connected to all the drug stuff, and I saw Kevin Durant, I would just immediately be like, him. Like, I don't need to do any more detective work. Just that guy, clearly.
And okay, I would like to get, because I think we've gone past it, but like just him starting to be sheriff, and it must be terrifying for the people of Kitsap County once he takes over, because he's just acting like a maniac. He's abusing the shit out of his power. He like pulls Neil McDonough over seemingly for no reason, then does the whole your tail lights out, and then just like violently bashes it in. In that scene, did you recognize the lady with him?
Yeah, it's Colby Smulders.
Yes, yes. I thought I was like
fellow MCU guys. We got Dum Dum Duggan, and we've got
Maria Hill. Yep, Maria Hill and Dum Dum. God, him with that mustache and that bowler hat. It's just like I would love to have seen Neil McDonough when they showed him his wardrobe for that movie. And
he would have been he was so excited to do that. He was jazzed as fuck.
Man. I'd have been like, fuck, dude, I'm wearing this home. I'd have been like John Cena after they did like Suicide Squad, just wearing the outfit everywhere.
So, like, here's the thing. Like, this movie's only an hour 27. You could have padded it out with, like, a couple of scenes of him actually doing, like, good things to the community.
Exactly.
Like,
not
helping somebody out or doing something to, like, ingratiate himself to the community. Also, I really love how, like I said, after the casino scene, you never see any of his friends. You don't see his friends in the courtroom when he's been, like, doing that. He never thinks, like, oh, maybe I could hire them as local cops with me or something like that. Nope. They just vanish and fuck right off.
Dude, would you hang out around that man after all this shit that happened to him? And now he's got smoke with Kevin Durand and Neil McDonough? Nah, man, I'm out.
You're right. They probably just left town. Yeah.
They went back to their Buffalo Wild Wings, dude. They're not sticking around.
So yeah, just everything he does is an abuse of power. There's no positive thing he does. When they arrest Kevin Durand, they just destroy his car just to do it. Like his truck, they tear apart every single piece of it, even the seats.
Johnny Knoxville had some experience doing that from Viva La Bam and cutting Bam Margera's Hummer in half with the same tool.
Yeah, he's like, no, I got this. Don't need a stunt thing. I know exactly how to use this.
Yeah.
They throw Kevin in jail. And that's where it gets sad. Because, like, you're anticipating, oh, there's going to be a huge fight later on and stuff. No, just every goon, like, they're like, you don't know, we've got the plan going down. I'm like, okay, what's this plan? And the plan is literally just a bunch of dudes coming with machine guns and blowing up the shit out of the police station.
It's a Western, and this is the point, like in Tombstone, where they bushwhack everybody. It's not a very good Western. It's not done very well.
It's also an excuse for Rock's girlfriend, Ashley Scott, to be in her bra for the entire scene because they've just slept with each other. And just props to Chris Vaughn for being able to maintain an erection while a rabid Kevin Durand is like 20 feet away from him. That's some hard...
I felt bad.
That's some hard performance anxiety you got there.
I felt bad for Kevin Durand because, like, the next morning he just kind of like sheepishly waves at him. It's like, yeah, I was hearing your fuck moans all night long. Thanks for that. He is an unprofessional sheriff is what I'm trying to get at. He is unprofessional.
And like you said, it's such a bummer we don't get like a good fist fight or anything. He just gets shot in the crossfire and dies meekly. And it's just... all right, well, that sucked.
Now the final fight with Neil McDonough, though, I mean, like, yeah, he's fighting like Neil McDonough. He's being weaselly and, you know, conniving. But like, I wanted to see two titans go at each other. It's a WWE movie, Vince.
Like, to go back to Roadhouse, before he goes after Ben Gazzara, he has the fight with the dude who fucked guys who looked like him in prison. Like, you have to have the hench dude fight. They don't have that.
The other dance fighter.
Us on that.
The other dance fighter, yeah. And he tears his throat out. It's great.
Buck, who likes to fuck, actually has a better showing at the end than Neil McDonough. He has a huge fucking gun.
He has an M60.
Tearing the shit out of this.
He has an M60 that he is, like, taking to this trailer that they turned into a police station.
Oh yeah, it's clearly like a double wide. Like, yeah.
And Magneto's guard from X-Men X2 is also in it. Is also one of the guys out there.
Yep.
He's the fat guy with sunglasses. He's the first guy that The Rock takes out.
There's a couple of people in this that Tom is going to be seeing in future podcasts for Batman and Supernatural, and that's one of them.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
Yeah. Also, while they're doing that, they attack the Rock's house.
And Knoxville holds his own. I thought I remembered him just getting fucked up.
Knoxville stabs a dude with a potato peeler.
You gotta work with what's available, baby.
And, like, later the guy's like, you stabbed me with a potato peeler, like an insult. It's like, motherfucker, that would still kill you. That's like a prison shiv. What are you talking about? You should be dead now.
I thought that read in that line was funny. He was like, dude, what the
line
fuck?
in Reed was funny, but it's just like, yeah, no, like a potato peeler would fuck you up. Are you serious? Like, that's a 4-inch stab wound that you have in the middle of your chest.
But yeah, it's just like, dude, what the fuck, a potato peeler? You know that's fucked up. That's how I read it. But it was very funny.
Knoxville's awesome because he gets shot in the leg immediately and he still takes out 3 guys. Like, yeah, no, he definitely holds his own.
You can't hurt that man.
So Rock finds out that the lumber plant that has been closed down is the meth lab that Neil McDonough is running and stuff. Which, again, if you're owning a meth lab, why are you cheating at craps? Was that extra $50 that you got from the Rock's friend worth it to destroy your empire, you idiot?
He's Neil McDonough, Logan. He can't help it. He sets those clear blue eyes on something and he needs to have it. He needs to do it.
Well, I mean, there's that famous fable about the McDonough and the frog, where like McDonough asks the frog to take him across the lake, and then he just stabs the frog, and he's like, "It's in my nature." Like, we've all heard that Aesop story,
and
right?
he drowns. He was just like, "Look, I had the opportunity. I had to take it. I'm Neil McDonough. That's what I do."
Like, I feel like they planned it out in a way where you're like, okay, I can see why McDonough has the upper hand in this fight.
He has to bake the meth because Kevin Durant is in jail.
But, like, I mean, like, just fisticuffs to the Rock. Like, he's, like, beats him savagely with, like, a long pole with, like, a spear on it, and then they fall down all this way, and then he gets a fireman's axe, and he fucks up the Rock's knee, so they kind of make it believable that this would be a reasonable fight.
Yeah, he sets a few traps for the Rock, so yeah, I bought that more than I bought Robert Patrick trying to fight John Cena. Yeah, I bought that a little bit more.
That was unbelievable.
Because he was using some trickeration on that. So, didn't really have that big a problem with it.
Yeah, so they just rolled down, and then we get the ketchup spitting scene.
Oh, man.
With the Rock's angriest face ever, and just jelly-legging the fuck out of McDonough's meat legs.
Oh, yeah.
I like how his like first reaction was like, I'm so glad that I helped another actor reach there. And I'm guessing his second reaction was, my spleen is leaking out of my asshole right now. I got hit so fucking hard.
I wished I helped an actor that was significantly smaller and weaker. Because I've seen...
Yeah, no. The balls on him. What if The Rock had just punched him in the face? That would...
Oh, God. He'd be wearing the Vince neck brace.
Oh, yeah. No, that would definitely...
I'm still so mad that we didn't get Durant versus Rock in this.
So, I mean, all's well that ends.
Yeah,
he
gets arrested. He gets arrested. I did like that. He just arrests him, which I was like, okay, I like that. That's a good ending. You killed everybody else.
They show that the mill is back, and you hear, of course, being a WWE production, they end the movie with Johnny Knoxville and The Rock joking about Neil McDonough getting raped in prison or having to blow dudes' dice.
He's blown on somebody's dice right now. I still laughed because the way that Johnny Knoxville delivered it and said it, I was like, I shouldn't be laughing, but that is kind of funny.
It's Johnny Knoxville has comedic timing. Like, this and The Rundown were very smart in they got really good comedic foil like sidekicks with him and with Sean William Scott. Like, that was a brilliant pairing.
Yeah, and they played and they paired really well. They had good chemistry. Him and Knoxville and him and Stifler I like Sean William Scott, but like,
I just realized that the movie right after this, Stifler and Knoxville come together to be the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh shit, yeah, that's true.
I totally forgot about that piece of shit movie. Anyway, that doesn't have any wrestlers, so we're not going to be watching it on here.
Another psych callback. James Rodriguez is in that movie. He's the hometown NASCAR guy.
Okay.
He's the guy that said, they don't even have an Outback Steakhouse here. Yeah, go back and watch it. James Rodriguez is in it.
I think that's enough for that. That brings us to our final segment, the main event.
Ring the bell.
This is where we determine if this movie is good enough to dethrone our current champion, coming in at a blistering 1-0 record. John Cena's the Marine.
It's technically 2-0 because he was, but that's default. He was champion.
Well, he was the inaugural champion,
but he did
2-0
beat
record.
the abysmal wrong side of town. I mean, do we even need to talk about this? Do we even need to call in a special guest referee? I mean, it's pretty clear.
Everything that the Marine did, this does more competently and less offensively, with one exception.
Oh, well, you swap out Robert Patrick for Kevin Durant.
No, not that.
So, I mean, I think
this movie needed the Drake.
I argue that
this
he
movie
had an
absolutely
army of
needed the
Drakes.
Drake in the casino. Oh my God, the Drake would have been fantastic.
Oh
in this.
God, yeah, you're right. You're right. He'd just be at that test your strength wet T-shirt thing all night long. Like that would be what he spent all his money on.
The Drake is who should have been there when that old lady or when that lady ate shit after the pit boss got flung into him. That should have been the Drake landing, getting up, and then starting to swing at people. Like,
no, he would just watch her get hit, steal all her chips, and run out.
Yes, yeah.
He's the guy that sold The Rock's nephew meth.
Okay, so yeah, it's a clear, easy victory for Walking Tall. I'm just glad that we don't have to talk about the Marine anymore, because Jesus, that movie's
God, it is bad. But he plays a similar, I think this movie kind of suffers from a similar problem that the Marine had, and is that you take a very, The Rock, say what you will about his career now, but he's was real charismatic. He played a real fun guy to watch on screen, and in this he's just a flat nothing. He's a piece of tofu. He's just bland and, nothing in this.
That's actually more offensive to me than the Marine, because the Marine, John Cena doesn't really know who he is at that point. He's not even WWE champ. He's just in the middle of Doctor of Thugonomics. He's barely a thing at this point. By this point, The Rock has already been multiple time champion. He's hosted SNL. He's been in 3 big budget movies. He kind of knows his way around things, and they kind of underserve him in this. He could do so much more than this movie asks, but there's not anything to do because the script is so fucking, barren. Like I mentioned, it's only an hour 27, and they still have montage stuff to stretch out that runtime. There is not a lot on the page at all.
I think the grab of the movie was oh, but he doesn't carry a gun. He uses a 4x4. Until the end of the movie, where that's all he uses are guns.
Yeah, it's the movie he does right after this is Be Cool, which, while not a great movie, The Rock is really good in that. And he's charismatic and everything. So, he has it in him. And the movie right before this is The Rundown, which he's fantastic in. It's just, this feels like it should have been his first movie in terms of what they give him and what he does. It's just weird. He's better than this.
I honestly keep forgetting that The Rundown came out after Doom.
No, it didn't.
That's what, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I keep forgetting that The Rundown came before Doom.
Yeah.
As great as I think Doom is, I love Doom, and The Rock's actually really good in it. That seems like an earlier movie than The Rundown, which is an actual movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only problem with The Rundown was no one saw it.
The Rundown literally has a scene where Arnold passes him in a nightclub to kind of do the passing of the torch thing. And then this just feels like a step back.
That was
it's kind of weird.
And to this day, he's still not even Arnold level. As big as The Rock is, I would argue he's still not Arnold level.
I've said this before, on other things. The Rock never gets to Arnold level because Arnold has a very clear sense of humor about himself and doesn't mind making fun of himself. Rock has very, ego-driven stuff.
Last Action Hero is a perfect example of that, yeah. But also it's like, the Arnold archetype only kind of works in the 80s and early 90s. I don't think we're ever going to see that kind of type again. Jason Statham is trying to make a move towards a more Van Damme or Stallone level, but I don't know if we're ever going to see that.
I feel
Arnold
like
type
John
again.
Cena is the evolution of that, because Cena does have a sense of humor about himself, and he can do both of those types of things that Arnold does. But he seems way more interested in like the comedy stuff than Arnold.
Yeah, he's
So,
more.
yeah.
Well, yeah. No, I was going to say he's more willing to put himself out there, but Arnold puts himself in some weird ass movies. So
Arnold got pregnant in a movie, man.
he sure
Like,
did.
That is out
He
there.
sure did by Danny
Yeah.
DeVito.
Yep. Which, note, if you want to hear people talk about that, you can
That's
check
true.
out Into the Mr. Universe.
Yes.
With Dave and Tom. They do all of the movies of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's a fantastic podcast on this network.
That is true. That is true. And you are listening to this on the Gamefully Unemployed Network. If you're not already a patron, because I'm figuring we're going into plugs right now, just please go to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed, and just $5 a month. You'll have all the access to their exclusive podcasts, like their new one, Him Booze, about Supernatural, which is a weird-ass but fun show. The actual show, Supernatural, not the podcast. The podcast is fun too, but now I'm rambling. So, yeah, so just go there. They watch movies every Friday night. You might hear Logan or myself on them. And they also sell merch like mugs, t-shirts, etc. And if you want to communicate with me, you can do so via the social medias at Blue Sky, at Johnny Rhymes, and Logan. I'm going to hand the ball off to you.
I have a WNBA podcast with friend of the network, Adam Todd Brown, over on the You Don't Even Like network called WNBA. Also, you can follow me on Blue Sky at the Logan Trent, and then, oh yeah, Don't Commit Genocide. Yeah, that's my other plug. It's we've done multiple episodes of this without committing a single genocide, so it seems like a pretty easy thing to do, but people seem to get in the way of that. I don't know.
Guys, I know I'm taking kind of a hard stance on this, but I'm going to have to side with Logan. Please don't commit genocide.
Yeah, nah.
Not a good thing to do. But thanks for listening, guys.
All right, say bye, Johnny.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye.
Ring the bell.
Who will survive?